actually gets disrupted there by the Abyssal Arrow, allowing the Iridel to walk away. But the tower will go to the side of RRQ. Here comes Lois though, gets a nice two-man heavy spin, and that's gonna secure the kill onto Lemon. Vin, not quite squishy enough to be picked off, but that is a nice catch.
After finding these catches, RRQ Hoshi find themselves at 2.6k ahead. If we look at the item list so far, I mean, some haven't even made it into that first item, but just enough for RRQ to really start pumping up the tempo. And the question is, do they really want to, right? They've got those pushing waves. They've already found that first turret on bot side. They probably want to start pressing their advantage even more to crack that top side. They have plenty of time, and especially since they've got a majority of those turtles, they don't necessarily have to take First Lord. They can just wait for Luminous Lord instead.
Yeah, again, that's the discipline factor, right, coming out from RRQ Hoshi. And also, if you're wondering about, like, do they need to press for time? And yes, Ramela is on the Sicilian, but honestly, I think with what RRQ has drafted here, and if they just get a little bit of magic resist, they will be able to be okay for the majority of the game. I mean, look at already the damage coming out from Clay. So Clay alone is able to pretty much just keep them from initiating themselves. So I'm not sure. Idns has to find some way to either allow Izzy to come online, and that's where we're going to see that airfield damage. I mean, we already saw a preview of it, but that was kind of a, you know, a surprise bush play that they had. There you go, too. So I'm wondering at what point does Izzy kind of pop off.
I guess we'll see, because Lois is using the heavy spin in the mid lane, not able to find any catches. Izzy now forced to run away from R7, who does not intend to let him go. Dawning Light just barely getting duped out by the Iridel here, allowing him to walk away. Sun now jumping onto Vin, popping Vengeance, but he is 1v4. That is not going to be enough to keep him alive against RRQ. They take the mid tier 1, they rotate over to the Lord.
They take it. They're going to be able to take this with no problem. If they can bait IDNS into a fight they cannot win, that would be most ideal rather than having to coin flip it. But no, they stun Lois and they guarantee get this Lord.
Lois now targeted with R7 jumping onto Ramela in the backline as well. Heavy spin will pin him against the wall, but it is forced to be used defensively now because RRQ are just applying way too much pressure.
See, this is the thing, right? Like, this is a completely different game from the last series, right? Because this is much more just discipline-based, objective-based. I mean, there's not a ton of kills here. They have slowly built that 5, almost 6k gold lead, and right now it's just, you know, execution from RRQ Hoshi.
Some good execution, in a matter of fact, and I mean, looking at Damos right now, his item build is going to be a little defensive. I find it interesting that he opted to actually decide to go for the Hunter Sword, but hey, you know, to each their own. With this Lord pushing in, they need something to slow it down, and they can't afford to lose all of their outer turrets.
The Dawning Light already doing really notable damage here, and even Lois not really finding a chance to engage. Izzy again being the target of R7. This Esmeralda has his sights set on the Iridel, and they're gonna look for him in every single fight. Lord now pushing into mid inhibitor, but Idns does clear that up alongside the top wave. RQ still has a minion wave, but I don't think they'll be able to get any structures off of this.
So slow, so methodical here. RQ barely interacting with IDNS now with a 7.5k lead without any reason to actually take a fight for the next 92 seconds. Let's see what they do.
I mean, this is just like you said, it's methodical, right? I mean, RRQ Hoshi, it hasn't been anything flashy, and they already have that 8k gold lead. They've got 6 turrets down. They had that 1 normal Lord. And it's still, if you think about it, at 11 minutes in, it still sets them up to pretty much just control this game right now. The next Lord will be up in about a minute or so, but even at that point, right, that's not enough time for actually IDNS to be scaled enough to go toe-to-toe with RQ.
Typically, when a team is down 7 or 8k net worth, especially within the first 10 minutes, the game can effectively be said to be over. It is, of course, 11 minutes in. So IDNS, I think they still have a possibility, but considering that they've lost all of their outer turrets and are now being forced to stay in their base, which means that their cores aren't going to be getting a lot of farm, this is just going to be a slow burn by RRQ unless something huge happens for IDNS.
IDNS, if they want to force the situation, it really just comes down to either a pick from Zanri or a big ult coming in from Lois. Everybody else has to just wait and honestly just submit until RRQ slip up somehow, but they've just dominated the map for so long that now with a 9.2k lead, this is coming up to a checkmate real soon.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying, right? Like, at what point, or who do you focus on here for the side of Idns? Because you have to find a target and literally your tools right now. Because I'll tell you what, Abyssal Arrows aren't going to hit the targets right now. They're just playing around them. And R7, I mean, he is going just absolute king mode here in any lane that he chooses to, while the rest of the team just goes and focuses on objective.
They're confident. They know what they know exactly what they're doing. Windtalker as well as concentrated energy coming in for Albert and Lemon respectively. This is painful. This is really painful for IDNS.
Yeah, it's not going to be a flashy defeat either. RRQ are just slowly choking them out. This is perhaps the most calculative ML you could potentially play, not allowing their opponents any opportunity to even try and take a simple advantage. Lord now pushing in mid lane. Play already using Dawning Light quite early on, and Loy is taking fair bit of damage as well. R7 with a two-man Falling Star Moon in the backline is zoning now the entire team. Lumen on blast, gonna find one on Sun, and he is instantly taken out of the picture. They're now rotating up to the top lane. They want to take the top inhibitor, while IDNS is busy defending the bottom one. Two structures down. RQ, it looks like they're happy with just that.
I don't think they can go for any more picks with the high ground defense that IDNS has so far. They can clear waves, but fortunately, even then, might not necessarily be enough.
They're gonna get this turret. I mean, that's the lockdown already, right? So R7, I mean, this has been the entire game. He's just getting attention, putting pressure wherever lane he parks himself in. Now, base of IDNS completely exposed here. RRQ, disciplined decision. Go back, steal the buff, steal the space, and wait, maybe even wait for the next Lord off unless they get a pick.
I mean, if they really wanted to, they could just catch the waves, because there's nothing else to do on that on the map so far. And as we are coming towards the 14th minutes, we're seeing that Esmeralda already has a full build. R7 has been farming extremely hard. Julian, one more item to go, two more for Lolita. And I think at this point, Lemon, as soon as he gets that BOD or Malefic Roar, I think he's going to be quite unstoppable. But in comparison here, if we look over at Izzy, he's got 3 items himself, and now he's trying to build some form of magic resistance.
I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Yes, Izzy does have enough damage to take down some of the squishier members of RRQ, but their positioning right now is not going to let that happen very easily. R7 by himself is capable of 1v5ing the entire team of IDNS at this point, which just means that unless a massive mistake is committed, we are just seeing the final throws of IDNS here in game number 1.
This is literally, you know, again, discipline. Let's just finish textbook fashion. Wait for the Lord. We don't need to make any risky plays. We have it pretty much the entire game. Lord's going to be up in 20 seconds. We can grab that, push into the base. That's RRQ's plan.
Gosh. Playing textbook is real boring here. I mean, after watching what happened to Group D, wait, speaking of boring, Eloy's already found his pick.
R7, he's gonna get the 1v5 I mentioned earlier, but they're running away from him because the rest of RRQ is coming in. Ramela, Izzy has to run away. Lois and Sun are separated from the rest of their team, and now RRQ are just chasing them down. This is like a cat and mouse situation. Lois gonna be the first to fall. Double kill going over to Lemon. Massive damage. Izzy forced to run through the tower as Ramela is picked up as well. Dawning Light just to add insult to injury as R7 just going to catch him with the falling Star Moon. 4 members down. Sun, the only one surviving, and now RRQ looking to end this game with this minion wave. Numen on blast on power to Tamas. He does manage to dodge it, but he's in a 1v5 situation. No way he's getting out of that killing spree. Going to RRQ, a wipeout on IDNS Esports as RRQ Hoshi close out game number 1.
Textbook fashion. I want to bring a word up that
kita lanjut ke game kedua lagi ya guys ya.